Professionals and pundits have their opinions on Trent being booed at Anfield yesterday with Liverpool drawing against Arsenal. A winger from Lyon has had their price set and is apparently being eyed by Liverpool Football Club. And could Liverpool be on the verge of losing another player on a free to Real Madrid again? Sit back, relax, people. It's the morning meetup show. Let's get into it.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
Two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys. Kopish. Morning, everyone. Hope you're well and welcome back to another morning meetup show. My name is Callum, representing Team Kop-Ish. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. You know how to do it, people. Let's aim to get 1,000 likes on this video, people. Shout out to Ensman in the chat. I'll be on Enz's channel hopefully this Thursday, chopping up with him. So make sure you look out for that. But before that, make sure you subscribe to his channel. Shout out to everyone in the chat, even A9 who says, "Damn, it's Cal." Big up now. Big up everyone. Big up Pimp in Distress as always, my bro. Hope everyone is well this morning. Obviously, we had a disappointing result yesterday, but I feel like I'm over it now. Emotions were high yesterday. I'm over it now. I am over it. Sorry it's an earlier show than normal as well. I've got to do it now or else I won't get another chance throughout the day because I'll be out and about doing various bits and pieces work-wise and stuff. So that is why I'm here now. So let's get into it. Pundits have had their say on the Trent situation with him being booed at Anfield. Look, me and Drift spoke about yesterday. I went over the moon with how he got treated, if I'm going to be honest. But at the same time, he made his bed. He lies in it. David, no, I read the comments big enough as well. I'm just having a bit of fun, David. It's nothing major. I understand how people feel, but I also feel it is I think there's ways of handling your emotions, especially when it pertains to Liverpool Football Club. And if I'm going to be honest, I don't think we handled the situation very well as a fan base. That being said, I am just one person in the fan base. I'm not going to tell anyone how to act or react. But at the same time, if you're going to boo and you're going to criticize, then you leave yourself open for criticism as well. So you can't have it both ways. That being said, Jamie Carragher, of all people, has come out today with a quote, and I'll read it. I've got it on my phone, actually, which, I'll be honest, I weren't too pleased about when I read. But it goes as follows. So Jamie Carragher said, most players in that Liverpool dressing room probably want to play for Real Madrid. I mean, we spoke about Slot not being able to read the room yesterday. Bloody hell, Jamie Carragher played through the academy, played at Liverpool for all of his career, and still can't read the room. Firstly, that comment's a lie. Because if Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk wanted to play for Real Madrid, guess what? They wouldn't have signed extensions at the club and they'd be playing for Real Madrid. So straight away, that doesn't make sense. Trent obviously is going Real Madrid. I've never heard Robbo say he wants to play for Real Madrid. So that, again, it's another player. I mean, what's Jamie doing here? But by him saying that, what does that even mean? Obviously, Ian Wright had his say as well, saying that, you know, it was disgusting how the Liverpool fans treated Trent. Again, I'll agree that I don't think it was right how they treated him, but where was this energy when Arsenal fans booed Xhaka? Where was this energy when Arsenal fans were very, very boisterous in their protests about getting Wenger out? Again, I am someone who comments on football all the time, so I leave myself open for criticism. Pundits have to think about what they're saying before they say it. They have to be consistent. I think that's all we ask from pundits. We don't ask for pundits to get it right all the time. We're humans. We understand they get it wrong. We ask for consistency, though. Jamie Carragher the other week came out and said, don't tell us how to feel. But this is the same person that came out and was saying, oh, why are Villa fans booing Jack Grealish? Once again, consistency, Jamie. You're sitting there saying, don't tell Scousers and don't tell Liverpool fans how to feel and how to behave. You did the same thing to the Villa supporters. Now you've come out saying that everyone in that Liverpool dressing room probably wants to play for Real Madrid. Prove it. I've given you 3 examples of players who could have played for Real Madrid and chose not to, especially 2 in Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah. So what are we doing here, Jamie? And I'm speaking more to Jamie than Ian Wright, your Gary Neville's, etc., because you're meant to get it more. But all season long, you've been getting it wrong. You kept on getting it wrong by speaking about Salah. You've now getting it wrong by speaking about Trent. Come on, Jamie, man. You're meant to be one of the guys that we look to and go, yeah, he's a pundit. So when he's on Sky Sports and CBS and stuff, he's meant to be unbiased. But he's one of us still. So we should be able to get it a bit more. You should be able to understand. He should be our mouthpiece to a certain extent. But he never is. And from the looks of it, he never will be. And that's fine. But then don't call yourself that Liverpool guy and don't call yourself someone who gets it like that. Because you don't clearly. Because not everyone does want to play for Real Madrid that plays for Liverpool. Yes, there are vast amounts of players who want to play for Real Madrid. But guess what? There are vast amount of players who want to play for Liverpool as well. Who did Szoboszlai want to play for? That's right, Liverpool. Let's go back even further. Fernando flipping Torres, Atletico Madrid's Fernando Torres, who could have moved to Real Madrid. What did he have under his armband, his captain's armband? You'll never walk alone. Guess where he ended up? In the dressing room next to you, Jamie. So come on, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. And it doesn't make sense. It's frustrating. It's annoying. And look, for lack of a better term, it's stupidity. Do I agree with Trent getting booed at Anfield? No. Do I wish the fans didn't do it? Yes. Do I wish the fans put that same sort of energy into supporting the club and supporting the players as they did to booing Trent? Yes, I do. But at the same time, Trent should have kept his mouth shut until the end of the season. You cannot have it both ways. You cannot sit there, leave the club and expect to get this marvelous send-off. I'm not saying abuse is warranted either. And for those abusing him for sending him death threats, sending his brother death threats, give your head a wobble, grow up. That's not on either. Even those calling him rats and things like that, that's abuse. Like, let's not make 2 ways about it. That's abuse. And again, I'm not telling you or policing you, but if you're going to abuse someone and someone's going to be critical of you, you got to take that one on the chin as well. So what I will say is if you're going to sit there and boo Trent, cool. That's your prerogative. But know that the players probably won't give 100% because they're seeing one of their teammates getting booed. Know that the manager's probably going to feel a way about it, even though, in my opinion, he shouldn't have even put Trent in the squad. But also, if you're Trent as well, next time, if you're in this situation, maybe you are, maybe you're not, keep your mouth shut. Do not sit there, announce it on a bank holiday Monday when you've got 3 games left of the season and expect a farewell that's going to be befitting of Steven Gerrard when you're not going to get that. So you can't have your cake and eat it, Trent. But at the same time, fans, let's actually support Liverpool rather than booing one of our own players from now until the end of the season. That's my say on it. Would love to hear your thoughts on it, people. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Right, let's move on to another player, and that is Malik Fofana of Lyon. The 20-year-old, I believe he's 20, is having a very good season. And a lot of people started to really recognise him after that Man United match where Lyon lost in the Europa League quarter-finals, if I'm not mistaken. He came off the bench and had a really good showing, even won a penalty, if I'm not mistaken. This season, he's playing for Lyon. He's 20 years old. He'll be 21 next year. In 28 matches, he's got 5 goals and 4 assists. Now, on the surface, people say 5 goals, 4 assists. That's crap. He's 20 years old. In the French league, which is a very physical league, that is a very good output for a 20-year-old. Very good output for a 20-year-old. And I've spoken about wanting to get another winger who's a tricky winger, who could be a goal-scoring winger, but more so it is someone that will take on their fullback. This is that person. And if you're looking for someone who to come in as an understudy Gakpo, then I think Fofana might just represent probably the perfect person. Now, in an ideal world, you'd go and get someone who's better than Gakpo, someone like a Rodrigo, someone like I don't know. You insert a name, but I think we can all agree Rodrigo is better than Gakpo, right? If in an ideal world you can go and get a Rodrigo, then that's what you do. But if you can't get a Rodrigo and you have to go and get someone who's on the come up, then you look at someone like a Fofana who, as I said, 5 goals, 4 assists, 9 GA in 28 games in the league. In Europa, he got 6 goals and 1 assist in 10 matches. So again, it shows that he knows where the back of the net is, but it also shows that he might be a level above Europa League and maybe on the cusp of being Champions League level. And we're better to find that out than to come to Liverpool at the age of 20. Another thing with signing someone who's 20 years old is you wouldn't have to register him in the squad. So you'd effectively have a player in the squad that you don't have to register and don't have to take up a squad space. So again, that's worth his weight in gold as well. I think it'd be a smart move from Liverpool. Now, the price being touted is around 50 million euros, which again is a little expensive, but I don't think it's crazy for a 20-year-old who is doing really well and on the rise. And he's someone who, in my opinion, could challenge Gakpo in a year's time for that starting position. It's a signing I would be very up for. Again, my first choice, if he's on the market and available, is Rodrigo. If not him, a Barcola, a Nico Williams, I'd be over the moon with as well. But if we can get Fofana at 20 years old for 50 mil, I think it represents good business. And look, don't we all sit here all the time and sit there and go, why did we wait for player X to go to this club so now we can't get them? Maybe we need to change the script. Maybe we need to change our policy and our approach to transfers and go, let's take a risk on Fofana at 50 mil rather than seeing if we can get him in 2 years' time when he's going to cost 100 mil potentially. Me personally, if we can't go and get one of the certified wingers like a Rodrigo, etc., for me, you go and get a Fofana. In my humble opinion. In my humble opinion, that's what you do. Shout out to Lakers. Just like the shirt says, just do it. Indeed, indeed. Big up Lakers. Go and subscribe to Lakers' channel as well. Right. On to another topic involving a player leaving on a free potentially and involving, you guessed it, Real Madrid again. Erwin, yes, Fofana is a left winger, bro. He is. All right. So Ibu Konate could potentially be leaving Liverpool either this summer for a transfer or on a free next summer. And guess who is the team that's apparently making moves to make that happen? You guessed it, Real Madrid. How do I feel about this? Now, on the surface, the first thing I go is, well, not going to lose him on a free, sell him. I'm not going to keep on giving Real Madrid free players. But then when you peel back the layers, you ask yourself, if you lose Konate this summer, let's say it's 70 mil. You get 70 mil in the bank. Who do you go out and get for 70 mil that is as good as or slightly better than Konate? And the answer is, I don't think anyone. So then you ask yourself, is it better to keep the player or is it better to let him go on a free? And then you ask yourself, how much is that Premier League title and potentially a Champions League win worth? Because for me, a Premier League title is worth more than 70 mil. So if it means you keep Konate for a year, you win the Premier League again, and then you lose Konate on a free, it's going to hurt. But I'd rather win the Premier League than sell him and not win the Premier League. Now, I know people be sitting there going, Cal, you're stupid. How's a club going to become sustainable and all that? I get it. I get it. But at the same time, I'm here for trophies. And I don't think Liverpool are going to go broke overnight if we lose Konate for free. Now, granted, I don't want to be doing this every season. But this is a mess that Richard Hughes, Edwards and co have been left to deal with. Now, let me just... Straight away, I see people saying, look, Bastoni is better than Konate. And I agree with that. I think Bastoni is better than Konate. We're not getting Bastoni. Gabriel from Arsenal may be on the same level than Konate. We're not getting him out of Arsenal. Saliba's not happening. Schlotterbeck is on the back of having a really bad injury, and he's going to be out for like 6 months apparently. So we're not going to buy Schlotterbeck in the summer. He would have been my first choice. Then you're looking at someone like a Howson from Bournemouth. He's not Konate's level. He could become Konate's level, but he's not there yet. So are we going to drop down a level and then wait for 2-3 years to get back up to that level? In that time, Virgil and Salah are probably going to be gone. So then you've got to replace those guys as well. Ian Francis, I love Botman as a player. What I don't love is Botman's injury record, though. Same with Van der Ven. Van der Ven, I think he's a great centre-back. Injury record's horrific. And I think this is the problem we've got. Lukeba is very good. I rate Lukeba, but I'd rather bring Lukeba in as to play left-back if we're going to do that. Kim Min-jae, I rate him as well, but he's not having a great season. Hincapié, I'm not that keen on, if I'm going to be honest, Lakers. Gahey, I think Gahey would be really good as a third choice. Gahey and Van Dijk, for me, doesn't scream title-winning partnership. Personally, I might be wrong on that. That's just me, though. Don't quote me on that. I look at the situation, I think, who can you actually go and get? Branthwaite, Mitchell, I rate Branthwaite highly. Good luck getting him out of Everton, though. Murillo and Milinkovic, I think Murillo's good, but I don't know if he'd suit the way we play. Jonathan Tah might end up at Real Madrid. You're saying Jamrock. I'd love Jonathan Tah at Liverpool, but again, I think he ends up at Bayern Munich, if I'm going to be honest, Jamrock. Don't know anything about Vivian from Bilbao. Osman Diamande, he's good as well. Quite young. He is good, though. Gone quiet. It's just like Inacio at Sporting as well. Both centre-backs gone really quiet, actually. There's loads of talk about Inacio and Diamande last summer and zilch this summer. I just don't know how we handle this Konate situation. And again, how long do you give it in the summer? Because everyone's saying if he doesn't sign, you sell him in the summer. But what does that look like? How long do we wait? Because the longer you wait in the summer, the harder it's going to be to get a replacement as well. This Konate situation is really annoying and it stinks, if I'm going to be honest. And me personally, I would be happy giving him 200k a week. It's not my money, obviously, but I think he's worth that, given the current landscape of centre-backs and how much wages are nowadays. I think we need to find a way of keeping Konate, personally. Personally, I do think we do. I hear you, Jamrock. You're right. He could end up at Real Madrid, especially if they're going to play a back three. You're right. He's played under Xabi Alonso for a while now. He knows that system inside out. It would make sense for Real Madrid to actually do that with Xabi Alonso coming in, because you've got someone straight away who understands the system. Rudiger also understands the 3-4-3 system, played it at Chelsea and played it really well from that left centre-back role. I don't know, people. I don't know what we do about the Konate situation. Well, I do know what I'd want to do. I'd want us to sign him up to a new contract and then it'd be done. And we wouldn't have this worry. But we've also got Conor Bradley's contract. Robbo, we need to probably let him go on a free, which I'll be fine with. I don't see Robbo getting a new contract. If he does, I'd be pretty shocked. So we'll see. We will see. Big up Emil John in the chat as well. Look, people, I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions. Do smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let me know if you'd want us to sign Malik Fofana in the summer. Let me know if you'd sell Konate in the summer if he doesn't sign a new contract. And also let me know your thoughts about Trent getting booed. We'll be back later for our normal Monday night live show, probably about 9 p.m. this evening. So make sure you look out for that. Also, make sure you subscribe to Drifty's channel, Drifty TV, Matt's channel, The Matt One Show, and my channel, The Sanderson Show as well, people. Look, it's been a pleasure chopping up with you this early. Again, apologies, it's gone out this early. I've got to get out and do some traveling and stuff today, hence why I'm doing it now. Big up to each and every one of you in the chat that has contributed and given your opinion. Shout out to KB the Red, says morning cow in the chat, some Monday morning positivity, champions 20. And look, that's a perfect way to end the show. We are still champions. We have won number 20 and we want to win number 21 next season. Big up to each and every one of you in the chat. Thank you for watching and listening. We are Team Kop-Ish. We're out, people. Take care.